As you guys can probably tell, my car is full of production equipment. I'm heading on a shoot, a 2-day documentary filming production. And in this video, I'm not allowed to talk about the documentary that I'll be filming, but I'll be walking you through all of the gear that I'll be using during this production. As you can see, or maybe you can't see, let's see. Yeah, whoops, sorry. There's quite a lot of it. I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I've been making documentaries for pretty much the entirety of my filmmaking career. And the first camera that I ever bought was the Sony EX1, and that camera hit all the points in what you need as far as a camera goes when filming documentaries. I think you need a zoom lens, first of all, because when you're filming documentaries, the situation changes constantly and none of the things are controlled, and you need to sort of be able to very quickly find the angle where to film most efficiently and where to get the best image for whatever scenario that you're in. And for me, that lens is the 24-70 G Master f2.8 Mark II, and it's really great. It's been very much the go-to lens whenever I'm shooting a documentary. Right now, I'm mostly shooting with the FX3, and funnily enough, for this project, I rented an FX6, and I actually ended up using it as the B camera because I'm just way more comfortable with the FX3. I know all the ins and outs of that camera. And I rented the 70-200 G Master lens. The other very important thing that actually the EX1 also had was an XLR input. It's very important to have XLR inputs in your camera when you're shooting a documentary because you need to be able to record all kinds of different professional audio sources. You might have two people that you're interviewing at once, so typically when you have XLR inputs, you'll have two. In my case, I ran one of the microphones into the FX3, and what I like to do is I like to have one channel higher than the other. That way, if like they get the person who's being interviewed gets excited or something and starts talking louder, then the other channel will be recorded at a lower volume. So you'll always have data to pull from, and it'll never peak, basically. And then I had the other microphone going into the FX6, and I did the same. I had it going higher into one channel and lower into the other. So that way, I got an amazing audio out of the interviews for both people. And actually, the mics that I was using are like the best, I feel like, at least when you're shooting an interview indoors. I love those Sennheiser MKH400. I have to look up the model, what it actually is, but they're like shorter shotgun mics and they have a wider boom. And when you place them like real close to your interviewees, you get like this really amazing dynamic sound.
Hey, my name is Noam. I'm shooting sometimes with Ville, helping him on his shoots.
And I'm not an audio engineer or anything like that. I just like when things work and when they work well. And I can tell you that setup really works. Now, I love shooting handheld, and when you're shooting handheld with your rig the whole day, your arms get tired and the rig is heavy and you might start getting shakier footage. What I have is an Easyrig. I have the Easyrig Minimax, and that helps me in two ways. First of all, it stabilizes my shots when I'm shooting handheld, and I'm able to do these like walk and follows, and I love the feel of the handheld footage. But more importantly, or equally as importantly, it also is a back saver. Like it basically, you could be carrying 10 kilos of weight or whatever the entire day, standing on your feet and whatever, and you won't really feel your back in any kind of pain after the day is over. Now I may still get like minor back issues or back pains sometimes after like a very long day of shooting with that, but it definitely like helps and it saves my back. And I'm very thankful for it. It's like totally worth the investment. As far as lighting goes, what I like to create usually is a soft light source for the interview main key light. And I was lighting these two people at the same time who were on this couch together. So what I did is I actually used the dome on the 400X and pointed it upwards and then bounced that light from there. So essentially I created like a kind of like a book light but reverse. So it got diffused first and then bounced, and it created like a really nice soft light source for the key light. Then for the backlight, I just basically used my 150C Amaran with the cone. And without this fill light that I placed, I had a 1200D also on the shoot. That one was a rental. So I sort of ran out of tripods and C-stands and everything. So I just sort of improvised there and placed it onto the side of the room and created a nice fill light for the entire room to kind of bring in that sunlight in there and not make it super dark. Otherwise, it would have been a way too contrasty shot as well. I also have like a little drone with me, which is the DJI Mini Pro 5. And what I like about it is that it's very lightweight and it's very easy just to pull out anywhere and just go and fly in the air, get some establishing shots or whatever. It's really fun to fly and it creates like a beautiful image for such a small little drone. And I've had it now since the beginning of the year, this year, and yeah, I've been really liking it. For the production, I rented also a very nice wireless transmitter receiver set, which was the Holy Land Pyro set, and it worked really well. I could give the director his own monitor to look at. I put it on a stand so he could just be free with his hands to whatever work on his iPad, and it worked really well as well. I didn't have any issues with the transmission or anything like that, and I was always, let's say I was like within the range of 10 meters, so I wasn't like always right next to it, but I wasn't like super far from it either. My experience was very good with that set. No complaints there. I've got a big Shinobi 7-inch monitor, which I really love. My eyesight isn't getting any better at this point, so I need to be looking at a big screen, and I don't think a 5-inch screen would really do it for me, especially if I'm shooting anamorphic, because then the image gets also squeezed a little bit smaller. So definitely the 7-inch is like the smallest I could go. And my camera and my monitor both get powered by a V-mount battery, which I have running into a Condor Blue D-tap power distribution adapter. And literally one battery lasts me the entire day. Totally forgot to talk about the Tilta Mirage matte box as well, and that's kind of like the heart and soul of my kit because of the ND filter that's on it, the VND. It's very easy to operate because I can just roll it at the front of the camera since the FX3 doesn't have internal ND. And when you're shooting your films, your documentaries, your camera should have some ND on it. And I keep wishing for a camera that has internal ND. One day, maybe the FX5 will have it. So that pretty much sums up what I bring on a documentary production with me. And hope you got something useful out of this video. See you in the next one. God bless.